desperate.
The much-awaited banner is finally out, but because I had spent on E6 Blade, I wasn't going to spend anything on Kafka. I had 15 passes saved up and had saved up a bunch of the events for more. I felt pretty lucky to get him as my first 4-star, especially since that's what I was going for. I also had his light cone, which wowie. And because I was prepared for this moment, I did my quick level up button mash that we're also familiar with, and my Luka was ready. And it turns out that punching her in the face might just be my next ritual, because it did end up getting me my last copy of Sampo. He's a complete maniac, but I'm excited that if I do get a Kafka, he is now fully stacked. That's when it hit me that they're all Nakey on their 6th add-on. So at this point, if you're anything like me on launch day, you might be committed to cram as much content as possible and try to get as many crystals to see if you can still do some summons for Kafka. And while I do have a full-time job and I do like to touch grass sometimes, I was devoted to being completely sleep deprived, if that's what it meant. And I think the developers knew that because the motivation came at the perfect time. With the boost, I got through the other unopened messages, collected my crystals, and went on to the low-hanging fruit like the website events. I now had enough for one more summon. So I didn't stop there. I had actually intentionally saved up the Trotter event, so I went Trotter hunting, collected a bunch of those crystals, gained a bunch of experience points, and collected more crystals out of that, did some conversions. It also turned out that punching her in the face was more challenging than I thought, but maybe there was some validity to this, and if I could get the bullseye, I could get that 5-star. My next pity 4-star was the Sampo Light Cone, and that's when I ran out of crystals again and I had to move on to the character trials for more. And that's where I got extra motivation from this multi-target break that her special ability can do, as well as the crazy range. I hadn't realized that this would give her an edge because it consumes less skill points. After completing all the character trials, I went back for my crystals and back for the ritual. At this point, I was definitely feeling sleep deprived and didn't have much hope left, but that's when it finally happened. I was pretty sure I had her guaranteed, but her trailer did inspire a lot of confidence.
Heads or tails?
Luckily for me and Blady, she did come home.
Just in time.
With the duo finally together, I wanted to try a 2-person team against Fantilia.
Time to say bye.
Kafka's break efficiency was pretty wild. So now my next goal is to build her bulky enough to run without a healer.
Paradise may be unreachable for me. Savor it in my place.
If you want to see that bulky defense build, please do leave a like and consider subscribing.
Well, Blady, are you satisfied?